Hey you guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to go over a new recipe that I found. So I don't know if I've shared here before, but I have been on the hunt of finding a recipe for mayonnaise that actually tastes good. So I tried one before. I used extra virgin olive oil. Definitely not a good flavor. And then I've used some other recipes that were very plain. So today I'm going to be taking you through a recipe that tastes delicious. I actually found it over on the Pioneer Woman. So if you're not following her, you can definitely check her out. As far as like clean ingredients, obviously there's going to be some give and take there, depending on what quality or sourcing that you are incorporating within your recipe. So that's going to kind of vary, but I'll just share the very basic recipe and then you can take it as far into a like natural, healthy, clean ingredients that you want to use, or if you just want to use some basic ingredients as well. So no matter what you choose, it's definitely going to land you with a pretty good product. Some of the flavor may vary here and there depending on what types of brands that you use for those ingredients. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take you through and show you how to make one that tastes really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and list you off the ingredients that you're gonna need. You're gonna need 1 egg, and the egg that I'm gonna be using is our farm fresh eggs from our backyard. So we're gonna use 1 egg, and I like this because you don't have to separate the yolk from the egg. Some other recipes you do. And then you're also going to need 2 tablespoons of vinegar, or you can use lemon juice. So I use the Santa Cruz Organics from Azure Standard. So that is the second ingredient that you're gonna need. You will also need half a teaspoon of salt. So I have Redmond's mineral salt here. And then you're going to need 2 teaspoons of mustard. I have a Green Wise, this is from Publix, organic yellow mustard. So we're gonna be using that. You're also gonna need 1 teaspoon of cane sugar. This is cane sugar from Azure Standard. And then you're also going to need 1 cup of avocado oil, which I use, again, the one from Azure Standard. So those are the ingredients, and then we're gonna, those are the ingredients, and we're gonna go ahead and get those mixed up. All right, you guys, well, there you have it. It makes about, I would say about 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. So if you wanna see me make the ranch that I'm gonna be making using this as my base, then you're gonna want to look for the next video after this, because I'm literally gonna be shooting it right now. So anyways, and then my son just brought me in more of our strawberries from our farm. We planted them a few years back, a couple years ago, and they're really starting to produce. So I will also be doing another video on strawberry jam, so be looking for that. But we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay, so what we're gonna be using here is a, this is one of the pint jars. So it's going to hold, let's see, up to 2 cups worth in here. So we're gonna go ahead and use that jar and go ahead and crack open our egg. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vinegar or lemon juice. So we're gonna use our lemon juice. Okay, and then we're gonna use a half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna fill it up halfway. There's our salt. 2 teaspoons of mustard, and then cane sugar. I'm gonna grab the cane sugar first before we dirty up our measurer. So this is 1 teaspoon of cane sugar. 2 teaspoons of our mustard here. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this mixed up. Put the lid on my oil. And what I'm using is going to be an immersion blender, but you can use a different blender if you have one. Okay, so I would say for probably about 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds until it gets a little bit frothy in there. And then what we're gonna do is I am going to kind of hold this down in here and I'm gonna pour in the oil, kind of blending, pulsing it in between as you pour it. So good, you guys. The flavor, like I don't think I've ever tasted one that has this flavor, because usually the ones that I was trying to go for just are plain with no seasonings or anything like that. So I really like this one as like an everyday for sandwiches, or to also use as because a lot of ranch packets to make homemade ranch call for a mayonnaise, and so I'll be using this for that as well, to be able to make homemade ranch. So I'm just going to use this as the base to do the ranch. So that's really kind of the purpose that I made it for, but because we're completely out of our other mayonnaise, I went ahead and I have another jar just like this that's in the refrigerator. Just trying to get all that off of there. All right, you guys, well, there you have it. It makes about, I would say about 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. So if you want to see me make the ranch that I'm going to be making using this as my base, then you're going to want to look for the next video after this, because I'm literally going to be shooting it right now. So anyways, and then my son just brought me in more of our strawberries from our farm. We planted them a few years back, a couple years ago, and they're really starting to produce. So I will also be doing another video on strawberry jam, so be looking for that. But we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.